What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is Don, and of course,
I'm Robbie.
There, that's Robbie, and
Right.
this is static interference.
Yes, I interfered with your
Intro.
Intro. Yes.
How's it going, Rob?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just glad to be doing the show again. It's another week. It's another chance for us to impress our moms. That's
right.
really the only reason why we're doing this, just to get their approval. The approval that we never had as children.
That's right. I really want to make her proud one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please love us, Mom. Please. We're doing everything we can. Yeah, dig up some really dark, deep-seated emotions. Anyway, so what do we have for today? There's so much news. I thought this was going to be a slow news week, but apparently we were able to dig up a whole slew of really interesting stories.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty slow news week, but a couple of things started to come up, which is good. So I'm glad we can talk about that today. First, I want to say what's up to our sponsor, of course, our sponsor that's here every week, massflex.com.ph. When you order from their website, make sure to do the promo code Static Freebies, and you'll be able to get your free stuff. All right.
That's
so
right.
Actually, we decided.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, by all means.
There's a delay. So we're bound to step over each other's toes. I just realized that's something we still have to get a handle on.
Go ahead, buddy.
No, I
you were saying something about the sponsor. So
I was just thinking, maybe one of these days we can do something for them, like an actual ad that since we're both voice actors, we could probably do something during the show itself, I don't know, just hey, introducing the MassFlex something
non-stick frying pan or something.
Yeah, new and improved, 25% more effective. I don't know. Find out why 9 out of 10
moms love cooking with this pan over the other.
Yeah,
exactly.
But wait, there's more. If you call now, you get a free set of steak knives.
Yeah, you want to basically
once in a lifetime opportunity.
You basically want to do the infomercial. You want an infomercial gig, is what you're saying, basically.
Because life is short. For all your what are the other lines that are considered the stereotypical
the stereotypical infomercial. Call within the next 30 minutes, right? Or
right, for a limited time only. Each sold separately.
Be the 500th caller and receive a diamond. I don't know.
The more you buy, the more you save. See, we can do it. We can do it, MassFlex. Just lay it on us. We'll do it for you. Okay. So, comes with a money back guarantee.
Saying hi to our first commenter on Facebook, Vince. Sorry if I screw your name up. Tubeo.
Yes. Hey, Vince.
Scott Baio, whatever.
Welcome
to the show.
We've got an interesting lineup for today. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things like some controversial films and some gadgets, and then later on in the program, we don't really have a special guest today, but we do have a very special news segment that we're gonna try out.
Yes.
And I believe one of our clingy crew members is going to be joining us tonight to help us out.
And we can even open this up to our viewers. So, if you want to try to join us in our little acting exercise, feel free. We'll to say you're willing on the comments, and we'll try to get you on.
Yes. Okay. So you kind of preempted it, but we might as well explain what's going to happen later on. We're going to try to fix some really bad voice acting from video games.
That's right.
And movies. No, let's stick to video games for today. Joey is listening right now. Nice.
What's up, Joey? That's my brother-in-law right there. And then apparently, my first reading was correct.
Tubeo.
All right. I'm proud of myself. And we'll slash off 50% off your purchase price. Act now.
Gosh. Yeah, for all your something needs.
Saying hi to Jarek Carino right now, who thought our show was at 9:30. No, it's actually been at 8:30, but glad to have you.
Oh yeah,
on.
that segment that we're going to be doing, the new segment for voice acting, is going to be a little later on in the program. So yeah, hang on for that. Stick around while we give you the rundown. That would have been a really great cue, right? Yeah, we'll work on our queuing. We'll work on the queuing.
Yeah, I just pressed the wrong button. My bad. But yeah, welcome to that's the weekly rundown. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, our budgets went up and we were able to produce a brand new video transition thing. So very proud of ourselves. Super proud. Yeah. Budgets are going
that
up.
MassFlex sponsorship is really helping.
Yes, it's working out. It's working out. All right. So first on the docket, we're going to be talking about Dune.
Oh, this is really exciting. I was a big fan of this movie. Not the books, but I heard great things about the books. When I was a kid, this must have come out sometime in the early 80s or I'm not quite even sure. Let's do some research. That's what Google's for, after all. When did the first Dune movie come out?
I believe it was like the 80s, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan. I love sci-fi. I love all that stuff, but some of the movies in that era, I just didn't get around to. I mean, I was pretty young at the time, but Dune was not one of the movies I've seen, but I did watch something very similar in nature was Blade Runner, right? Which came around that time. And I had all these expectations for Blade Runner. And then when I watched it, I was like, this is boring. I mean, maybe I had some conventions about, like how sci-fi movies should be already by that time. I think I watched this in early 2000. I bought like this HD DVD box set with like the film cells inside with the little, like, it had like that little figurine of that, like, whatever that figure thing was, the metal figurine thing. It had like a book, an art book. And I was like, oh, I'm sure I'm going to love it. Sure, I'm going to love this movie. And then I watched it and I was like, yeah, I don't really like it so much. But I did give the sequel, Blade Runner 2049, a chance. And I totally love that. I
was a big fan. Well, I thought I was a big fan of the original movie until I saw it again, and it was so freaking slow. It was just so hard to just trudge through and watch it completely in just one run. It took me about three viewings to get through the entire movie. But yes, you're right. The second movie, the sequel, was absolutely breathtaking and in so many ways. But we're here to talk about Dune.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a quick gander at the trailer, shall we?
I actually haven't seen it yet.
All right. Oh, you haven't? Oh man.
No.
It's pretty good. Check it out. Here we go.
There's something happening to me. There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
What did you see?
It's what's her name? Zoe Saldana?
Zendaya.
All right.
Yeah.
She was in Spider-Man.
You often
yes, she was.
Just as you dreamed them.
Yes.
That's Timothée Chalamet. My
who is that?
My daughter's a big fan of
is
Timothée Chalamet. Not sure. I forget the movie he was in before.
And you die.
What's in the box?
Pain. You inherit too much power.
Well, this doesn't look like anything I remember from the original movie.
That was Thanos right there. Josh Brolin.
Hey,
Oscar Isaac.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That girl is from what's that singing movie with Hugh Jackman? Oh, like a billion of them, but the Ringmaster one. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm so bad with names and
She
titles.
sings the song "Never Enough." Yeah,
Yeah, right.
And
Never enough.
then you've got Dave Bautista in this.
Yeah, Batista's in there. Greatest Showman. There you go.
Yeah, Greatest Showman. And then of course Jason Momoa. So that's a great cast right there.
This is
already.
an amazing cast. So this is going to be a movie, right? I mean, they're not turning this into like a mini series.
No, it's a movie. This is a trailer for a film. So
Okay.
it might be the first of many. So we'll see. I mean, I was a big fan of the look and feel of Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same director for this. So I'm feeling pretty confident about the vibe that this director's trying to imbibe in this film.
The problem with Dune is it's such a layered, like, well, the book at least was very complicated. It had so many different relationships, so many different plot threads, and to distill this into just one movie is a monumental task. I'm not quite sure how they're going to manage to do. It's got to be at least 3 hours, right? Oh, and then you got those those giant worms. I wonder if they're going to say "Muad'Dib" like they did in the 1984 movie. So that was like it was something that they'd shout to shoot like these energy pulses from their hand weapons. So that's as much as I remember from the movie. And of course they had the really huge sandworms. But it's been a while since I saw this. Yeah,
that looked like a giant butt to me for some reason.
It looked like a big colon.
Yeah, it's like a big colon, right? Yeah. But yeah, so it looks good. It feels good. Like it could be the first of many series in the franchise. Perhaps maybe they're trying to create a franchise out of it. Or I mean, Blade Runner was good, but it didn't do well financially, though. That's the thing.
That's because it was 4 hours long. So, right. I you know what? I was able to see it in the theaters, and I anticipated that it would be that long, and so I made sure that I went to the restroom before going in to see the movie, and towards the end my bladder was just about to explode. I made the big mistake of ordering a biggie iced tea, and yeah, although I do really appreciate movies that long. Okay, I mean that's like when it came out on Netflix. For me, that was a wonderful afternoon, and I'm hoping that they do this. I'm hoping that they at least slash about 30 minutes from that kind of from that length of time for this movie. But I really don't see anybody being able to condense the entire story of Dune into just one movie and do it justice.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people are concerned about. So we'll see. Maybe they were able to squeeze in as much lore as they could, but
like for me, like I get the whole, 3 hours, it's so long, or 4 hours, it's so long. But the thing is like if I'm in the mood, like if anybody out there who's at home, and I guarantee you're probably gonna, as much as this is a theatrical release, you're probably gonna end up watching Dune at home. Okay, so I don't think we can. I don't really care how long the movie's gonna go anymore, because I can always pause it, and I 90% chance I'm gonna watch it at home anyway. Plus, on a really good day, on a really good trip, I'm gonna end up watching, like if there's a television series that I want to watch, man, I could run off like 4 or 5 episodes in a day on a night, easy, and that could potentially be 4 hours. So as long as the material is engaging and good, I can go that long. So make it as long as you want, just make it good. Make it like nonstop or whatever. Make me wanna keep going. That's it.
I think Netflix has sort of trained us to binge. So like sitting around for 4 hours at a time isn't, out of the question.
Right, that's right. It's not out of the ordinary anymore. But bottom
However-
line, I'd say I am looking forward to watching this movie, and I will watch it right when it comes out, most likely.
I just wish that maybe they turned it into a like a mini series or something, or something along the lines of, I don't know,
Westworld,
Harry
Game
Potter
of
or
Thrones.
West. Yes. Why not make it a fully fleshed out and expand on the world?
Well,
Right?
that's
I mean,
that's also tricky because a lot of shows get canceled, and if things don't, if you're too faithful to the book and it moves a little too slowly, sometimes if you don't capture that audience right away, then you're gonna not be able to finish your story at all.
Right.
That's the sad thing.
I just wonder, like, okay, so when is this supposed to come out? This is supposed to come out like next year, right? 2021, perhaps? Or what did it say?
Probably. I didn't catch what it said. Probably around 2021. I mean, we are at the tail end of 2020 already, so.
Right, but there's so many movies that are being pushed back right now, and I don't know. I just don't see myself going to a movie theater anytime soon.
How about a drive-in?
Maybe a drive-in. I don't know. That's something I would consider. But there are only so many places that you can do a drive-in movie at, right?
Yeah,
So-
and I'm wondering how that's really going to function. Like, I mean, are we going to sit in parking lots inside cars with our air con, with like the engine running, and then what's that going to do to like the atmosphere if you step outside the car for any reason? It's going to smell really bad, and then like they're going to probably pump the speakers into like usually at a drive-in you go to a like radio frequency, and then that's how you pump the audio in from the screen
Right.
that you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, there are other ways to do that. Like you can also
no,
provide speakers outside.
No, what they I think they might do is use a certain frequency on the radio.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't quite get that. Sorry. Just flew over my head. But yeah, that's
Got it. But yeah, so they use the radio frequencies, but like in my experience, like I think the best drive-in situations are when you're just kind of in nature and you can roll down the window and it's cool, and you can
not going to happen here.
Exactly. It's not going to happen here. You probably get mosquitoes and issues like that and whatever else. So I don't know if we're climatized for the drive-in experience here. So we'll see how it goes. I'd be willing to give it like one shot.
Has it ever been a thing here in the Philippines, drive-in movies? Maybe in Tagaytay. That would probably work in Tagaytay, but they don't have space for like big parking lots that you can fill up, right? And the thing is, here's another big problem. People who live in like the buildings around you will be able to see what's going on screen, and it's like free viewing.
They'll get a free movie. Yeah, that's true. But then they'll get no audio. That's usually the thing, is that unless they're able to somehow like snag the frequency from,
right. If they go down that route. So
right.
I don't know. It's a little tricky. I don't know how they're gonna make it work. So interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. But and part of the theater the movie theater going experience is so different already these days with the IMAX and the surround sound, and it just seems like drive-ins are they're a step back. I wouldn't mind going to a drive-in to watch like a retro film, like a Rocky Horror Picture Show or something like that, like Grease or something like old and campy that. Like a horror movie, like a slasher film. Those are the ones you want to watch in a movie theater, I think.
Right.
Or in a drive-in movie theater, rather. But yeah, like
plus you can make out in the car with your date.
You can make momo. Yes, you can. That's right.
Which is frowned upon, when done inside a cinema, right? So unless you're all the way at the back, where people usually end up going anyway. Yeah. So, okay. We got some messages from Jarek and Alan. Okay, drive-in movies will catch on after cinemas are already good to go. Really? I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. The
Okay.
verdict is yet to be determined on that.
The Transformers G1 Season 2 is what I always imagine while looking
at your background. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's the cube called again in Transformers? The
Tesseract. Wrong movie. Wrong
movie. Yeah,
The Matrix of what was it again? I'm forgetting.
I feel like we're really old. We're really old geeks that keep forgetting like these things.
The facts. Yeah.
What did they call that thing again for Transformers?
Allspark. There you go. Thank you.
There it is. The Allspark. Right.
My brain was meant for processing, not memory retention. Jesus. Okay. All right. So okay, back to Dune. Are we still talking about Dune?
No,
Anyway,
we're gonna move on from Dune.
Okay,
already.
but I am looking forward to it. I want to see this movie. It brings back nostalgic memories, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yes. Okay, let's move on. What's next on the list?
Next on the docket is The Boys season 2. Now this is on Amazon Prime. It's not on Netflix. And love the show. I watched the whole first season I guess that was last year, but and I am an Amazon Prime subscriber, so I do enjoy the perks of Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's a fantastic show. I've watched. I think they came out with something different because last season they released the entire series all at once, and this season what they decided to do was first day 3 episodes and then 1 episode every week thereafter, which I kind of. Like, I love to binge, but at the same time, I actually do kind of agree with that format in some way because you kind of expand the experience for a little bit longer. You
stretch it out, and
it
builds anticipation for a particular day in the week, and it turns into this ritual for everybody to just sit in front of the boob tube and watch their favorite show. So yeah, right. I still like that. I still enjoy that,
and it gives a bit more appreciation for each individual episode. You know what I mean? Like, instead of everyone will watch everything all at once and then they'll be like, oh, I remember that one part and that one part and that one part. And the ending, it's like the ending, and it's all about the ending. But then there were a lot of these interesting points along the way that were also really good that you kind of don't focus on as much. Well, is this going to be spoiler free?
Let's try to make this as spoiler free as possible. But that format allows us that particular format allows us to talk about the show in between the weekly show dates, right? And it helps build the hype around it a little bit more. And I'm really enjoying this season. I don't want to say too much about it, but for anybody out there who hasn't seen season 1 yet or even season 2, it's going to throw you in for a loop. This is one of the best shows on TV today. I certainly believe that. And I think the one thing that really makes it just so amazing is the cast. The cast is so good.
The cast is phenomenal, and even the actors in the show that aren't necessarily big names are really excellent. Like the guy who plays Homelander,
Anthony Starr.
He wasn't the most famous actor coming into this, but man,
right.
He is winning a lot of people over with his performance.
He's like he's a Kiwi, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's from New Zealand, maybe.
Yeah, he's a New Zealander. He got his start out there. Love the Kiwis. Been in New Zealand a ton of times. So have you. So
yeah.
Love what comes out of there. Lots of
the guy is just he's so electrifying on screen. I mean, it's such a layered character, this guy. I mean,
you can really feel the subtext in his perforence. The subtext, you can feel like what's turning in his, like, you're like, oh my God, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Right. Those little nuances of his acting, they get amplified by his especially on his face. You could just, I mean, there are moments where I'm thinking, my God, this guy is so maniacal. At the same time, what was that? He's so maniacal, and then at the same time, he's. I thought that was like a cue for something. Anyway.
That was Homelander bursting in because we were talking about him.
Yeah, he's got his sights on you. His laser eyes. He's gonna beam straight into your eyes. Anyway, so there's there's scenes where he's so evil, and then there are scenes where you see another side of him, which makes him a really well-rounded character. You see his flaws. You see mostly his flaws. I don't know if you got any.
He's
if
just
he's
really
redeemable at all.
He has a distorted worldview, really.
Right.
And that's what.
And it stems from how he was raised, without any parents. It's a total antithesis of who Superman was.
But in fairness, he's not doing as bad as like honestly, if there were superheroes in the real world and they had ultimate power like Homelander, I don't know, man. It could be a whole lot worse than Homelander. So it almost makes you think maybe, I mean, he's showing actually a good deal of restraint for someone who has godlike powers.
Well, he's got all this money on the line. I mean, it's a capitalistic like view of a perspective of what the world would be like if there were real superheroes, and the premise alone is so amazing.
But there's nobody that's gonna stop him, really. But anyway, or so we think. But who knows? There might be kryptonite involved or something. But let's not forget, please, the awesome performance of Karl Urban, the man.
Karl Urban. Oh,
can we give this man a round of applause real quick? Because first of all, like this actor's like range. Like I loved his depiction of McCoy from Star Trek, where he's playing like just the dorky, like very like just nerdy type. And then he was also in Lord of the Rings, of course, and he was also Dredd in Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a
great character actor.
Great character. Well, you see, I wouldn't call him a character actor. I call him like he's a leading man in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And he could really like anchor some really great films already. So like with the best of them. So big props to that guy and for doing a role like this.
No, but when I mean when I say character actor, he's like Johnny Depp basically. He can take on any role, anything you throw at him, he'll do it with aplomb. So but okay, so without trying to spoil anything, what do you think about how the story is progressing? Because we've got some questions. I think Jarek here wants us to speculate on
what's next.
I'd like to talk about it, but with trepidation, because we don't want to spoil it for anybody. But what I will say though is that this movie, this series, just it takes so many different turns, and so it's very hard to anticipate what's going to happen next. And that's what I love about it. And the fact and having this space between episodes really gives me time to just soak everything in and try to think about where each plot thread is going to take us. And that makes me so excited about it. So,
but I'm also the type of person who's just like, I just want a good old fashioned superhero throwdown with like special effects and like, I just want to see someone like Homelander. I want to see someone challenge him. I don't care if it's a good guy, a bad guy, or what. I just want to see like a fight with all the powers just like laid to bear for everyone to see how it fares. You know what I mean? Like, and it's still a superhero movie at the end of the day. So I really want to see that. So, hopefully that's where it will eventually lead to something like that. Or maybe it could move into some of the non superhero characters possibly becoming superheroes somehow, some way. Maybe that's
so
where
that is what I'm expecting. But because of how this show is being treated, I have a very strong feeling that all our expectations will be betrayed. I don't think they're gonna, because that's such an easy route to take, right?
It would,
So,
I suppose.
like with Carl Urban being this mercenary for hire, and eventually he gets like injected with V, with what do they call it again? Compound V, right? Yes. So yeah, I mean, it seems like that's where the story is headed, but I'm willing to bet that's not how they're going to go about it. I think he's going to remain human all throughout.
Right. But you know what though? Like, there is something to be said about trying too hard to defy expectations. Last Jedi, anyone?
All right.
Or even which led to Rise of Skywalker, which is the poop stain of the century. But like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, to a degree, sure, subvert expectations a little, but just you don't have to go so far as to like not give people the payoff that they want. Give people what they want. So what if it's derivative? It serves for the experience, I don't know.
So okay, so the season is now on its 4th episode, right? And there have been some reveals.
Second.
Fourth episode
Of The Boys.
No,
it's only season 2, bro.
No, the 4th episode.
Oh, 4th episode. Yeah.
Okay. So we're on the 4th episode. And I don't think this is a real spoiler, but I mean, we were introduced, for those of you who watched season 1. Okay. For those of you who didn't, sorry, we're gonna have to spoil just a little bit. We were introduced to the son of one of the superheroes. I'm walking on eggshells. I want to talk about it, but I don't want to reveal too much. So we were introduced.
I think we're gonna have to make a decision
to the progeny of even choosing the words of one of the superheroes. And I have a very strong feeling that that's going to take center stage over the next few episodes, and possibly until the very end. And but you know what, I just want to say, I really hope, if they're going to go past season 2, I really hope they keep Homelander. I don't want his character to die. I want him to die. No, here's the thing. I really want him to die, because I hate the character, but I love the actor so much.
Because
I don't want to see him.
That's part of good storytelling, is making sure there's a good antagonist, and Homelander provides that perfect, set up antagonist, person.
But he's not the only one. He's not the only one now.
But he's the best one. And so, it's like,
I don't know. This other one is
currently he's the best one.
Right. Okay.
It remains to be seen whether or not someone will take that mantle from him. But, I would love to see them try to take it from him, from his from his bloody hands, from his cold hands, see if he can get it. But we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, that being said, yes, if you haven't seen The Boys yet, you have to get an Amazon Prime subscription right away, or
it's recommended viewing.
Yeah, most people are probably gonna just download anyway.
This is not a plug, but just for most people, if they subscribe to a new plan for Globe. Usually the newer plans, I believe it's $9.99 and up, come with 6 months free of Amazon Prime. Not a plug, just information.
Actually, no, they do have a 7-day trial, so you can definitely binge the entire first season
for as long as you wait for it all to come out. Or you could wait till like second season to finish and then do the 7-day trial. I did that. You know what I did that with? Cobra Kai. For YouTube, because you know how YouTube had
Netflix.
Yeah, so before they moved to Netflix, I was like, man, I really want to watch Cobra Kai. I love that show. and I wanted to tell everybody about it. So I feel like everybody who's like raving about it now, I'm like, dude, where were you guys 2 years ago? That's when I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking this.
Yeah, I've seen it like just heat up the news feed. At least on Facebook, my news feed. A lot of people are still talking about it, and yeah, that's another great series for people to binge on. Okay, so what else? What else do we have?
All right, next on the docket we've got Ant-Man 3 casts Kang the Conqueror. Is this real? Is this true?
So what does Kang look like? Do we have a picture of Kang for people
yeah,
who are not
so this story first of all came out of Deadline, and Deadline reports that Jonathan Majors from what's his show again? From Lovecraft Country, it's an HBO show.
I've never seen that. No.
Apparently it's getting some buzz because it's quite good. Apparently,
okay.
This actor, Jonathan Majors, it says here that he's being cast in a major role for Ant-Man, but the studio has not commented officially. But sources close to the project says he is likely to play the supervillain Kang the Conqueror, which
I'm not too familiar with Kang.
But just keep in mind that Deadline is a very legitimate entertainment news source. So when they don't really give this type of speculation lightly, so you can take this at I would say 90% gospel truth. So that's how I would look at it. But yeah, I mean, what are the possibilities, and why Kang the Conqueror coming into Ant-Man specifically? Out of all of the stuff that's out there, why do you think it makes sense for Ant-Man?
Oh no, I mean I know what he looks like, but I don't know much about the lore of he's supposed to be like a villain in the Avengers universe, right?
Well, yeah, he's a time traveler.
Yeah, okay.
And he, like he's from the far distant future,
like the cosmic realm, right? Isn't he supposed to be in that sort of Guardians of the Galaxy kind of?
Apparently, he's supposed to be from 4,000 years in the future.
Oh, okay.
And he actually, he apparently has no superpowers, but what he does have is the technology from 4,000 years in the future. So that gives him quite the edge, as you can imagine. And apparently, like he's traveled in time, and he's apparently has ties to Apocalypse, the first mutant. He has a lot of like really weird and interesting interdimensional ties as well. And I heard that there was even I didn't even know this existed. Apparently this is true. There was an X-Men comic book that apparently crossed over with Star Trek. And the villain was Kang, which I was like, I can see Kang as a Star Trek character. He's kind of like Q in that regard. Yeah. Right.
It sort of does make sense. I mean, that he's going to be one of the big bads now, because I mean, after the Avengers movies, they were able to harness the power of time, right? I mean, and they can time travel now. They have the time stone and everything. Oh, they brought that back to its rightful place.
Right.
But anyway, but they know how to time travel now, and so yeah, it seems logical.
Right.
What does it mean for the rest of the Marvel universe? Because apparently a lot of people are saying that it could shake things up.
So Alan De Los Santos says Kang the Conqueror is badass, and he is a descendant of Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. So I guess that's his lineage and whatever. I guess the question is Kang just being set up to be a major villain, maybe not along the lines of Thanos, but maybe along the lines of Loki, perhaps, in moving forward, that he'll show up in multiple movies as a villain of some sort, or whatever else? Or is he going to be a one-time, big-time, like an Ultron type of situation? What is the plan? What would work best? Would you want to see him on a long-term basis, or would you like to just see him kind of just take on Ant-Man. And
We'll throw the question out to our viewers, because I can't say I know enough about Kang, but it sounds like a very promising prospect. And anything that if people are saying that it could shake up the Marvel universe, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
we need a big bad that is even. I mean, how do you top Thanos, right? So if this is the guy that they're touting can do that, man, that's exciting to me.
Right.
Yeah, great.
All right, so let us know in the comments, and so we'll move on to our next topic. This one, I'll have to admit, it wasn't. I was wondering whether we should even cover this topic, but I figure, it's good to have intelligent discourse. But mind you, there's a lot of different opinions swimming around about this. But apparently, Netflix has come out with a couple weeks ago. They came out with a movie from France that has been getting a lot of people
backlash.
Getting a lot of people angry and disturbed. And then the movie is Cuties. Does it go too far? Now, for most people, I'm sure if you've been following the news, especially in America, I believe it was already removed from Netflix in the United States. So any of you VPNers out there who are accessing Netflix US, you won't find it there anymore. But
was this because of the petition?
It was, I think it's partly because of a petition. But let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty on why it's controversial. Apparently, this is a film that is about prepubescent girls. Like, they're not even teenage girls. We're talking about 11, 12-year-old girls who are basically who watch, who follow social media, who watch trends, who have free access to the internet. And it's the effects that how these girls basically emulate what they see in media, and they seem to take it quite far, by the way that they dress, by the way they behave. And personally, like, I'm a parent of 3 girls, and it kind of, it frightens me. It disturbs me to a certain extent. But I'm also very familiar with French cinema, and I kind of know how that cinema goes. They don't really pull any punches. They pretty much show things in all its glory, whether it's bad, good, or otherwise. It's really just their style of filmmaking.
Right.
Very, very honest filmmaking.
One example of it was this. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the title. See, there I go again. But it was about rape. And in the movie there was which one was that? Okay, Vince says it's still live in Netflix.
I think it's still live here. I mean, I went and watched the film yesterday just to make up my own mind on the matter, and it was still around yesterday. So I hesitate to say go watch it, but I mean, if it's gonna disturb a lot of people. And actually, the trailer on YouTube. There's really no need for me to show it either, because I don't want to disturb anybody, but I just want to make note of one thing on it. And it's this right here. If you look down here, you've got 48,000 likes to 1.9 million dislikes. So
wow,
that's a pretty heavy ratio going against it. So
yeah, I'll be honest. I couldn't get myself to watch even the trailer. It's not something that I mean, the premise doesn't really appeal to me. I don't think I'm the target audience. But at the same time, it's very easy to have that knee-jerk reaction to something as controversial as this. Now, the discourse online has been mostly it's been very fiery on the side of people really like saying that depiction equals endorsement, that it implicitly promotes child exploitation, all that kind of stuff. But then there's also another set of people, particularly the critics who've watched this in some film festivals, and they say that there's a really strong message here, and that we shouldn't discount it just for the fact that it depicts these kids in a certain way. So I'm curious, but at the same time, I'm probably still not going to watch it, and I'll probably be happy just reading the reviews.
Well, the main character really has an interesting home life, and that backstory is kind of the driver for why she tries to reach out and rebel in the first place, because it's a very intimate story. It's a lot different also because mostly like I think of like those cliche tropes about like movies like Striptease with like Elizabeth Berkley, and where how they had this like rough upbringing, they were abused by their parents or something like that, and then eventually like they go they rebel and like I can't I'm not gonna take it anymore, I'm gonna make my own money and do my own thing, I'm gonna be a stripper and it's gonna be great. Like it's even in Forrest Gump, right, with Jenny, you get that whole that rebellious vibe on that front. But it's very different here because like it's a much more cultural thing. Like the mother is a Muslim who's very conservative. She lives, she now has to like accept like another wife for her husband. Right. It depresses her, and her culture doesn't allow her to express herself in this movie. And the child sees the struggle of the mother parang going through all of that and seeing how like, okay, here's my mom who apparently did everything right, and she's still absolutely miserable. And so like, here, and then so living in the 21st century, I see all of this stuff on the media, and people are getting attention for it, and people are getting happy for it. So it's, and this is the mind of an 11, 12-year-old girl, right? And in a world that allows, everybody like it, they don't have a lot of inhibitions in like a place like France. So like all of this stuff is out in the open. So it kind of, I get why she's leaning towards trying to do these things. And in a very real way, it's kind of an honest depiction of what might happen to someone in her position. And on that end, I think, there's a good film and a good story there. However,
was it gratuitous? That's the question.
That's the thing. However, when like as a filmmaker, and yes, I guess I can call myself a filmmaker. As a filmmaker, I probably wouldn't have taken that hard of an approach. Like I wouldn't have. I think you could have been less graphic. Like there are certain shots and certain scenes that really just didn't have to be shot that way. And especially when you're designed to matter.
Wasn't it supposed to be designed to make you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, I guess
they couldn't. Yeah,
but okay. It's like it's like saying, like I saw this comment on Rotten Tomatoes by one of the users, because the user score on Rotten Tomatoes is like 2% or something like that. There's so many bad reviews about it. And someone said on there, it's like saying Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a cautionary tale about eating too much candy. But everybody comes out of watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory wanting to eat candy, right? But like, so you don't, if you're against the very thing, if you're against child exploitation, you don't necessarily have to depict child exploitation accurately to show that you're against it. So I think they could have
drawn the line somewhere.
They could have done it differently. They could have filmed it differently, but I don't know. I mean, like, there's 25% of a good movie and 75% of just awkward,
Cringe.
disturbing. Yeah. So
Well,
I
okay.
mean,
Yeah,
that's all
I know the movie. I know the movie wasn't intended to be, like uh pedophilia propaganda or pedo bait or anything along those lines. Um, but you know what? I do feel bad though for the director, because I just read earlier that she had been receiving death threats from people. She's been booted out of social media, forced out of social media. That's really unfortunate. I mean, for any artist, for that to happen to any artist who's just trying to make an honest film, right?
right.
The I mean, she was basically canceled. And here's another funny story that's in line with what's been happening. Netflix, over the course of the past few days, has lost about $9 billion.
Right. I heard
And
that too, but I don't know how.
Okay, so a lot of people are attributing this to the release of this particular movie. And if you look at the stocks, the stock market, it's gone down from like 500 something dollars per share down to about 400 something like that. Okay, and it's one of the, in just one day they lost $9 billion.
Mhm.
Now here's the thing: a lot of the social justice warriors, a lot of these people who have been just valiantly watching this whole issue unfold, they're correlating the loss of stocks, other stock position, with the release of this movie.
Right.
And it turns out that there's no connection whatsoever.
Right. It's just the market's down right now all
Yeah.
over for tech, because I believe what was reported was like a lot of tech companies' stocks went up during the pandemic, and the I guess the value of technology went up because everybody needed to communicate from home, so all the technologies industries started valuating upwards, but everything normalizes in stocks. Like eventually all of these trends start to stabilize, and this is just one of those things. Netflix, obviously its stock went up because of the pandemic, but now that we've been in the pandemic for a while, and like there's competition out there in general with things, and things are starting to come back to normal, that number's gonna basically
it's not just Netflix, it's Apple, it's all these other big tech companies. So
right.
it's so funny how the whole cancel culture just is so embroiled in this whole confirmation bias thing. So yeah, I find it a little I don't know, it disturbs me.
Right.
And
but I would say if you were going to watch this film,
I might give it a chance. I don't know.
I mean, if have you seen 8th Grade?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Because you can start with 8th Grade, because that's basically the same age range.
Yeah.
And there's some disturbing stuff there also a little bit. And it'll get you scared for your own children if you have any.
Yes.
And then so like if you can stomach that and you feel like you can take it to the next level, then go ahead and give Cuties a try. But other than that, maybe
I've got a pretty strong gut. I don't get phased too much by these things. I will not, however, watch anything like, I don't know, Two Girls in a Cup.
No, I haven't seen that either. Yeah, that's pretty bad. There are actually some movies that I've heard of that, like there was one movie that I watched, and there was a scene that was just absolutely, I can't even repeat it. I'll tell you later what it was, but like it was so bad, and I couldn't believe that this was a scene in a movie at all. And I'm not sure. I think it was French, but I mean, it's just a lot of really like crazy movies like in Europe, I guess. But it was like something that I was like, there's definitely worse movies out there. I mean, you can go to the dark web, you can find all sorts of crazy bad things out there. And Cuties is so
tame,
like
compared
to what's what's honestly out there and available for everybody. So, you gotta
Okay.
you've got to take it with like a grain of salt. Now, I think it's just because with Netflix it's readily available. But I mean, if you're really mad about this kind of content, don't just single out Cuties. You need to go after a whole lot of other things, other movies,
Netflix isn't a stranger to boycotting and like just fairly recently. I think it was just last year that I think the whole of Brazil was trying to boycott, trying to cancel Netflix for their movie. It was just a short film. It was about Jesus being gay.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see it, but yeah, I heard
Right.
about it.
And so this is I don't think this is going to phase Netflix too much. I did watch that though. And you know what? It was a little corny. So
Yeah,
sweat off my back.
some people really just get off on the novelty, and it's not much more than that. But I don't think there wasn't an effort necessarily to make this a novelty, like the kids being the way they are. I think there's really a story that they were trying to tell behind it.
No, but you know what? The thing about this controversy is it actually raised a lot of awareness for the movie. I mean, it would have just disappeared into obscurity had it not been for the buzz that it generated.
That's
so
true.
yeah, I mean, I think it won like a small award during an indie festival or something like that. But so Pug Daddy, I think Jarek says, "Oh, I totally boycott that blasphemous movie." It wasn't, you know what? It really wasn't that bad. It was, it didn't have the same kind of integrity as Cuties though. I mean, everything was really all for laughs.
Yeah,
but
that's something that I understand. You don't make a mockery out of religious icons just for the sake of it. I guess I don't know. But then at the same time, you have Monty Python, right? And they
right. I mean, no, there
was some funny stuff.
Free speech. I still say free speech. You know,
I guess. Yeah, I suppose.
You can treat the depiction with grace, or you can make it as gratuitous as you want. I still think you still have to respect basically you have to respect free speech. We have JTM Tan, who's also tuned in, says JT, thank you so much for tuning in. I agree, Don. I'm not so sure what you were referring to, but yes, I don't always agree with Don, but I'm glad you do.
Whatever. Yeah, you do. I say change your mind. You'll be like, sure. Jump. How high? That's wrong.
Of course not. What are you talking about? Okay. So yeah. We'll leave it up to our viewers to decide whether or not they're going to give the movie a shot. You watched it, came away unscathed, at least. Well, so yeah, it might not be as bad.
I've seen worse. It was disturbing. It did make me think about how to better raise my daughters so that they don't fall into those traps. But I think I'm far from that. I don't think. I hope. I hope.
Here's the thing.
Trouble. About
there are probably like TikTokers that are far worse than this movie, right? Yeah, TikTok videos that are far worse than this movie.
Yeah, for sure. And they're grown ass people who are worse than what's depicted in this movie for so many other reasons. And I think also it's on a microscope because of course here we are, it's something sexually explicit and it involves some minors, but then I don't know how many times have you seen like a fist fight of a bunch of kids on YouTube too, and no one's like, they're like, oh, bullies getting what they're getting their due, and like, I guess that's also really destructive, but I don't know.
Okay, Jarek's back and he says, I would just ignore it. Yes, okay, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're not the target market, definitely just ignore it.
And he also says if you watch documentaries, I think you'd be able to handle it.
Yeah, but I will definitely fight for the right for people to put whatever they want out there. I think it's you know, I think what we really have to do is just guard how we react instead, right?
All right.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank our viewers for giving us a little leeway and trying to actually talk about something a little more serious for a change. I know we all try to escape, but sometimes the world is just the way it is. So on that note, I want to transition to a very, very important topic. So I want to talk about this movie that's been making the rounds and getting a lot of attention lately. This is VelociPastor. Okay, so VelociPastor, I found it on Tubi. Tubi's a streaming platform, and it's been I've seen it on my feed. This movie came out in 2018. Why don't we take a quick gander at this gem of a film that's been making the rounds, shall we?
Oh my God.
Wow, that's
like, first of all, what
the ninjas are at it. Here they come.
Why are there ninjas?
And why are they naked? If that's a pastor, I don't know.
We're presuming he's a pastor. It certainly looks like it. Yes. Okay. It is verified.
I do drugs, sell drugs, murder people.
Go down in the dark past. What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
What?
You guys talk all the time about helping people. This white man the first time in your life you can.
By what? Killing people?
Yes.
Oh, there he is. I was waiting to see what he'd look like as a velociraptor. I mean, a VelociPastor. Wow, this is something else. This is the next room for sure.
Yeah, you're right. Pug Daddy pastors can't get married. That's correct. I got that wrong. Yeah, it just seemed weird. It just seemed weird.
God does not want people dead.
Oh, I think God wants a lot of people dead.
Wow, that's dramatic.
Oh man! So, have you seen the movie yet, or just the trailer?
No, I just saw the trailer. I saw it on my list of movies. I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna.
We've got to see it together, man. That's something else.
We need to watch that and just comment on it. Oh my God, that was some of the most well acted dialogue I've ever heard.
Okay, yeah. Pug Daddy also says that pastors actually don't have rosaries, and they also don't do confession. That's why
true.
It seemed weird because
it was very off. It was just not correct, really, in its depiction.
Or maybe we're not. Maybe we. I don't know. Maybe there's another shade of Christianity that we don't know about.
It's the subsect of dinosaur pastors, and that's a whole other thing, I guess.
Oh boy, wow. Yeah, that was intense. I you know what, I really love these so bad it's good kind of movies, like The Room, like there was this other something no, not Time Cop. We have to see this together. I don't
know. Pug Daddy might judge us. I don't think he says that movie is so trash. I think you lost a bunch of followers just now by playing that trailer. Yeah, well, acquired taste and all that, Pug Daddy. But I do love your streams, pal, and I don't think you could lose any followers.
I would love to get drunk and just and see this movie, or possibly high. I think that would be the best.
Oh, yeah, that's actually that's
be inebriated and then see the movie.
Yes, of course, but make sure you do so in a country that is allowable for you to do so, that it's legal by your local laws. We don't want to promote any improper drug use of any kind on this show. We're
That's
very, very responsible about this. Yes.
That's what I meant. I mean, people will probably enjoy this movie more when they're high. Not me in particular. I should renege that.
Of course, it's a joke. Of course, Bug Daddy.
Okay.
Don't worry. No worries. We're not that sensitive. Hey, Mervin Dojado. Sorry if I butchered your name. Good evening. Glad you could make it on the show.
Luis is also tuned in. That needs to be a watch party, complete with live commentary. High or drunk is perfect. Yes. Let's do it. Somebody download it and let's all watch it together.
Oh, you know what?
That'd be awesome.
I can do like a private watch party, and I can put it on here.
This
I think we can
stream?
do it on StreamYard.
Probably.
Actually.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
So this movie is actually relatively new. It just came out like a couple of years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, but those special effects look straight out of like 1993.
The 90s.
Yeah.
Now, I have now, here's the thing with movies like this, I'm not sure anymore if they're just trying to replicate the magic of movies similar to it, like The Room, I think Samurai Cop. I think that was the name of the movie, or Ninja Cop, something like that. It was another really blatantly bad movie in the same category as The Room.
But I like it. I like the lost art,
the
of
camp,
the B movie. You know,
Yeah.
like there's just something really like, and I would love to see someone spin it, because like it seems like the effects were also like a throwback. But I'd love to see someone create some like really good CGI B movie effects. Something.
Yeah, no,
new
but
that-
it's I don't know. It's just a little suspect for me nowadays. I mean, because everybody knows what a cult following The Room has had. You know, it's. I mean, that movie came out back in when was that? Like the early 2004, if I'm not mistaken. And they still play it in movie houses. Well, not right now because of COVID. but
Yeah,
you know, I mean, yeah. So is this new? Wait, hold on. Who is the filmmaker? Who's the director and writer?
Yeah,
let's take a look.
Take a look.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but you know, like,
is this intentional or unintentional? Right? Is it inadvertently bad, or
the director is Brendan Steer. Story by Brendan Steer.
okay?
And it's a American comedy horror action film. So I guess it's
Okay,
it's supposed to be a B movie. It's supposed to be trash. But I think movies like this, especially during times like this, where, you know, I feel like we've spent a lot of time at home watching a lot of movies, or watch a lot of TV series, and we've kind of come to our, I don't know, like I think we all are a little sawa now with some of the options out there, some of the shows. You know, we've seen superheroes to death,
Yeah.
we've seen crime to death, we've seen all of these genres to death, and there's just something about people just wanting to turn off their brain and watch something
exactly.
absolutely nonsensical. There is an appeal to that. I get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think now is the perfect time for a movie like this to flourish. Regardless
I
of what you
agree.
think.
Is it on Netflix? It's not on Netflix yet, is it?
I don't think I saw it on Netflix, but Tubi is free. If you just download the Tubi app, I'm not sure if you might have to download the APK, but it basically is a streaming service that just runs on ads. The selection of movies isn't great. This is probably one of their bigger features on the platform, but yeah.
I just don't think it'll hold a candle to The Room, because I mean, I think the one thing that really made it so good, because it was so bad, right, was the fact that the writer and director was really trying to come out with something he could be proud of, and it had the opposite effect, right?
Mhm.
And then in a twist of fate, it became actually a cult hit because it was so bad. So yeah, okay. See, so movies like Sharknado or Snakes on, well, I kind of liked Snakes on a Plane.
That's with Sam L. Jackson, right?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that a little bit. I know it was like really campy and and stuff, but I had fun. Sharknado, it's got like a big budget, sorta. And, I mean,
Yeah,
it's got digital
Sharknado.
effects. Yeah, but
Yeah,
this one looks like something that was done right out of college or maybe even high school.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
like it's a student film practically.
A student project. Yeah. So I don't know. I I just hope it's really, really, really bad. Like sincerely bad.
So it's good. So that it can be.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's probably time now for are we going to do this now? This would this would have been a really great segue to bad voice acting.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we were supposed to do that after because since our table reads are based off of video games, we were going to do it after their video game segment.
Right. Okay. No,
segment.
actually, I still need a little bit more time because I have to go get one of our guests.
Okay, so yeah, you can start prepping that, but in the meantime, we are gonna discuss. We're gonna shift gears a little bit,
Mhm.
and we're gonna move out of the movie realm and get into the tech realm. Oh, by the way, speaking of tech, I don't know if you any commercial electronic techies out there. I don't know if y'all noticed my new headsets. I got a new headset on today. Very happy with. These are the Sony XM4s. High five.
That's right. They're not. I don't even think they're here yet in the Philippines. Are they?
I saw them listed already at the Sony store. I'm not sure if they're for sale just yet, but yeah, it's quite cool.
I have the XM3s and I love them to death. They're really great. Like when you're traveling. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of use for them nowadays because, and the reason for that is because they've got really good noise canceling features.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. If you're a parent, get them.
Okay, fine. There's another use case.
There's definitely another use case if you just kind of want to like zone out in your room and your kids are still self-sufficient enough that you don't have to worry about them dying when you're not, keeping your eyes on them, then put on these noise canceling headphones. These ones in particular are good at getting rid of the high frequencies. So that's basically children's voices.
That's amazing. Great. Yeah. So how much better is it than the previous iteration?
So I don't know. I've actually never tried the XM3s. Yes, Pug Daddy, these are the XM4s. They're the latest and greatest Sony noise canceling headphones out there, wireless. Although I'm currently wired right now to the speakers. But yes, they're fantastic. We should definitely sit down and compare these two pieces of tech soon. So
right. It costs around like 20 grand here in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
so. It fetches a pretty penny.
A pretty piso. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what else is
for the tech,
what else do we have on? Oh, right, there you go.
Covering the LG Wing, the Galaxy Fold, and the Surface Duo. Of course, this is a technology that's based, well, not the Wing, but it's mostly based around folding screens, right? Or just new types of screen gimmicks.
Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a gander.
Sure. Let's see here.
So when I saw this, I thought it was such a novel idea, and I was totally blown away because it's got so many use cases that I never thought. I always thought that this whole dual screen thing, that they had already exhausted all the ideas, but apparently here comes LG swinging, out of the gate, and they have a new proposition that is ingenious. At least
do you want to start with the LG?
Yeah, let's start with.
All right, which one is this? Oh yeah, there it is. Sneak peek into the LG Wing. Let's check it out.
So it comes in the form factor we all know and love.
But
But
there's a
it
twist.
swivels out. Yeah, a literal twist.
Oh, look at the gears.
Look at that mechanism. You just want to throw a wrench into that thing.
Exagnaman.
I love how these tech companies always like focus on all the intricate like gadgetry and circuitry and mechanics, all the things that we that we never get to see in real life.
I kind of agree with Pug Daddy on that. I do think the candy bar is a good workable form factor, but I think there is a way to improve upon it.
Yeah. And okay, so what makes this really interesting is the fact that in its orientation, in its vertical orientation,
put her coffee on top, and she can use it as a tray.
Yeah. Right. No, okay, so I mean, usually
that's heavy. Oh wait, let's see how low does this go?
200. Oh, that's not so bad. Shaved
No,
off
it's got to
a few
go lower
grams.
than that. Go lower.
Oh, it will.
It's got to be
Oh,
200.
interesting.
Can it go 200? Do I see 200?
Of course,
Going
it's
once, going twice.
of course it's
270.
going to be heavier than most phones. I mean, it's got 2 screens. See, so 272. That's not bad. Oh, it's going. Oh,
I see 260. 260. Do I see 250? 250. 250. 250 going once. 250. 250. 250 going twice. 250. 250 sold.
it's as heavy as a cup of coffee. Oh, it's a cup of coffee's heavier.
Oh no, she dropped it. Oh no. Oh no.
And it's still okay.
How is it
Yeah,
still
that's
okay? Will LG Wing be damaged from water or dust?
9 items is. Well, I didn't quite
Oh, it's
get
got
to
a
see them.
pop-up camera. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So none of that whole punch hole bullshit. Oh, it's raining over here, by the way.
Yeah, it's been raining today. Water repellent coating technology.
Wow. Okay, talk about what it does. That's the part
Well,
that
I mean,
I
it
really
does-
appreciate.
It does what other phones do, except a different way.
Okay, so this is what I like about this phone. I mean, first of all, holding a phone is most natural when you're holding it in the vertical orientation, right? But having that more real estate horizontally will make the viewing experience that much better. I mean, usually when I'm going on YouTube and I'm a big YouTube consumer. The problem with watching it full screen is that I never get to see the comment section or anything like that. I have to watch it vertically and see the video in a small screen, right? And so this one just changes the game. It's brilliant. And
I don't know if it's brilliant. I like that it's water resistant and it looks that way. So in case you're drowning or if you're got a hole in your boat, you can kind of like paddle to shore with it. So look what you could use that form factor for.
No. Okay. Well, here's another thing. If that hasn't convinced you yet, so it's got this feature. I don't think it was covered in this particular video, but it has a gimbal. Like a gimbal setting. Okay, so when you use the camera, you're holding the phone this way, like that, and that is just so much more comfortable to hold rather than this way, right? Because you're basically just using 2 fingers, but when you're holding it in a vertical position, you can grip it easier. So yeah, stability on that thing is going to be so much better.
Feel like there's an easy fix to that. If that's really what you're complaining about, if people really if that's such an important feature, why don't you just like have a retractable like thing come out and then you can hold it like that? It doesn't have to be You know what I
or
mean?
maybe
Like
have the camera come out this way.
like an
from the
S
top.
Pen, right? If you have room for an S Pen, you have room for a retractable thing that'll make you hold it. If that is such a big time feature.
Okay,
But,
okay. Fine. Whatever. Here's another use case. Okay, like when I'm driving around in my car,
Okay.
I usually have my Waze on. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes a call comes in, and then it gets in the way of the map. And so with the second screen, that swivels to the side, you can have your map unperturbed, and then you have your phone call coming in or whatever. It could be anything on that other second screen. It could be a call. It could be another video that you want to watch while you're on your Waze. It's got so many different purposes and uses, and it's great. I think it's
Color me old fashioned, but when is enough enough? I mean, many phones already have dual screen capabilities. Just because it's now one is like this and then the other one's like this, and it can go here and one can go here. I mean, you can do this stuff already. Like it's just, I don't know. I feel like
screens the better. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you have the Surface Duo that's just come out, and I'm also a big fan of this. As a person who loves multitasking, this is my jam. I really like the idea of having two apps open at the same time, and
here's the thing though. Like I personally I agree with Pug Daddy in the sense that your standard candy bar shape is the right shape for doing basic application usage on your phone. But having said that, I do feel like folding phones, when done right, it says, like, I'm a guy who has, like, when he goes out, like, I got my keys, I got my phone, sometimes I've got other stuff in my pockets and stuff, like and the smaller my phone is in my pocket, that goes a long way for me. And my dad just recently got the Galaxy Z Fold, which is basically like reminds me of the old Motorola StarTAC phones that you just
design, right?
Clamshell, the folding screen. You open it up, and it's your typical candy bar shaped phone when it's open, but then when you close it, man, it's small and it's really nice. And with the point of folding something is really so it's more compact anyway. And so for me, when I saw that in action, no, it doesn't look girly at all, dude. The StarTACs back in the day weren't girly, So, like I got, like, that made sense to me. I was like, this is practical. So that's where I would like to see it go. The other stuff, like having it fold like a book, so that just seems like it's going to be too thick at the end of the day. It's got to still maintain a certain portability about it. At least that's my opinion.
Well, the proposition of Microsoft is, for me, quite compelling. I mean, because the form factor is something that we're already quite used to, which is a book. Basically, that's what it is. It's a small notebook, right? And you can orient it in so many different ways, make it look like a tent. It's got laptop mode and all that, and the hinge design thing, and the hinge design here is like nothing else out there, and it looks like a very compelling product, although
someone needs a glass of water.
I don't know what happened. I lost my voice for a moment. Oh, boy.
Oh no,
That's what you get for live. Yeah, that's live TV for you. The one thing I lost my train of thought. The only thing that's wrong with this particular product is, from what I hear, the software. So they're using Android as the base, okay, with a little bit of Microsoft Windows squeezed in for good measure, but apparently it's really, really buggy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to wait for the second iteration. I'm going to wait for the second generation of this particular device before I plunk down good, good change for it. Um, yes, I tend to like my toys.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions on the chat about like screen protectors. How's that gonna work? So,
that's true. I mean,
you would have to get, I guess, several. And I don't know how they work on folding phones actually, but I'll be honest.
How did
I've been using my
or something at the back? I don't know.
I currently have a Note 10, and I haven't been using a screen protector for about, I don't know, like 4 months now, and I just like it better that way. And I know I haven't, luckily, I haven't scratched it or anything, and Gorilla Glass has gotten really good these days. But yeah, there's just something that now that I've been using it without one for a while, and it's easy to keep it safe because mostly we're just staying at home these days, so less likely to drop it on concrete or whatever. But yeah, I think maybe we fell a little bit too hard and too fast for the whole screen protector accessory thing. I get that we want to protect our phones, but sometimes, like a small scratch versus the look of a screen protector on, like, covering the entire surface of your screen, it's actually more jarring having that screen protector sometimes, like it can be. So I don't know, to each their own.
Luis says, sorry, Robbie, nothing compelling about the Wing. The only potential I see is that it eliminates portrait video. I think that's pretty compelling. I hate having to watch things in portrait. So yeah, that's why TikTok is not.
It doesn't bother me that much because I think, like, when it comes to, like, if obviously for cinema purposes, having a landscape mode is really the way to go, or any kind of like sports program or something. Yeah, I definitely want it in landscape. But I mean, if it's just like my little niece doing a TikTok dance, and they're just doing it solo, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm good with that. I'm not gonna be like, this video would be a lot better in landscape mode.
So okay,
I'm not gonna be that guy.
So what's next? What do you think they're gonna come up with next? You already have dual screens.
Well, we still have
like 3 screens.
We still have a couple of other tech to review here. So,
okay.
This is the Galaxy Z Fold 2.
Okay.
It's an immersive smartphone.
This is an immersive smartphone
in both directions, and it unfolds.
And of course, having a British voiceover makes all the difference
with a glass
for that premium feel.
Well, it worked for Apple.
Display for the ultimate mobile viewing or gaming experience.
I still don't like that hole punch camera.
Twice as fast as the last Fold. So
but it doesn't bother me too much.
The workspace, game room, and theater.
It sort of just disappears, especially when you're consuming different kinds of media. So yeah,
I don't agree necessarily. I still feel like if
it's just too expensive, man. It's just too damn expensive.
If someone was, I don't know, that's like the new iteration of the Fold. It's got more, like, I remember the first version, the front had a much smaller screen. Now it's more covering the entire length. It still looks pretty thick and fat to me.
I would never plunk down $2,000 for a gadget that I'm only going to be using for a couple of years. Even if I had like money to spare.
Spend your money on an NVIDIA 30 series instead.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I know there's a lot of technology that's packed into a phone like that, but I don't know. I mean, gosh, you could have like 2 gaming PCs with that that amount of money.
Right.
VR, yes. Invest in VR instead, perhaps.
All right, we'll take one look at the final thing on this tech list. This is the Surface Duo from Microsoft.
It really is. I'm a big Microsoft fan. I really love their products. I'm using a Surface Pro right now, albeit it's a little on the older side. I know it's from 2017, but look at that. See, that's brilliant. And the progenitor of this thing was the Microsoft Courier. It was what Microsoft was trying to create when before the Apple iPad came out, but they put that project on hold because they just didn't have the technology for it yet. It just wasn't ready, and now it's come to fruition. And finally, I mean, really, everybody's been waiting for this, and it could revolutionize, the way we consume media, and it could change the way we.
I don't know.
I mean, we use gadgets. It could be the next form factor that makes a dent, that makes a difference.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop it already. I don't know.
This doesn't excite you?
No, not. It doesn't.
Sounding like a Microsoft fanboy, I realize.
No. I mean, I like Microsoft and everything. I just find it a little. I don't know. It looks like a glorified Nintendo DS. I mean, not. I like the DS, but I'm just saying that, like, it looks like it kind of feels like an e-reader almost. And again, like, we've explored so many variations and iterations of portability versus practicality and things of that nature. And I think, like, at the end of the day, like, is that going to replace a phone? No.
I would.
Is that going to replace? Is that going to replace the
heartbeat.
computer? Will it replace a computer?
Possibly not, but they're coming up with a bigger version of that.
What's its purpose? If I have a bunch of tech, where does everything fall? If I have a phone, am I good? Like, okay, if I'm going to watch videos portably, where am I going to watch it? Am I going to watch it on my laptop? Am I going to watch it on my phone? Am I going to watch it on my tablet? Am I going to watch it on my phone or my watch device or something? Obviously not my watch device, but it's possible, so like, it's like we have all of these options, right? About how we want to consume our media and how, do I do my Facebook on my watch? Do I do my Facebook on my phone? Do I do my Facebook on my laptop? Do I do it on my, what's the purpose of everything? And what is the best
convenience?
Is there one size that fits all? Or does, like, obviously we got to stream. It's best to stream in a desktop, laptop environment. That's what we're doing right now. It wouldn't be as nice if we did it on a phone. So we don't. But I guarantee you, most people are watching us on their phones right now. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
Yeah, a good portion, I would say. I don't know. How many? Maybe we can ask the audience. How many of you right now? I think there's 16 of you. How many of you are watching on what device? I'm curious. So, like, I don't know. For me, I feel like there can't be too much overlap. I feel like we can just get accustomed to doing some things a certain way on a certain device, and that's where that lives, unless something comes by that's better, that replaces that. Because, Robbie, give me a break, dude. You probably own a ton of tech that you don't use.
Well,
am I right? Is there tech in your house
everything in here
collecting dust right now?
Possibly. My PS4 and my Xbox One X, yes. My consoles are collecting dust. That's about it. I'm using everything else.
Well, okay, so case in point with consoles. Maybe, since you don't really use them all that much, maybe just pick one on the next generation. Like, you're probably most people pick one, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be a fanboy though. I really, you know what, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna make the investment. You know, the way things are going, because I haven't played a console game in so freaking long. But yeah, Joy says, please donate XS Tech to us. And then Luis says, watching on an air connected to a 40-inch TV while calling.
Wow, so we're really big. We're on the big screen for you.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. See, a lot of people consume media in so many different ways, and so one screen is just not enough anymore. We need more screens. I'm done with candy bar form factor. I'm itty bitty screens. Forget that. Give me something more usable. I'm a multitasker. Damn it.
I'm using a laptop setup right now with a wide screen and a secondary screen. The only reason why I'm using the secondary screen is because I have to share screens periodically. Okay, like and it's just easier that way. Like it's just functional that way. That's just
give me VR so that I could have like 100 different like screens open it all at once. I'd be happy then. Okay. All right. Okay. So what's next? Wait. Plug Daddy says they stopped production of the Xbox One X because it's so powerful it kind of kills the need for next gen. Well, okay. I guess. I'm happy with it. I never really used it too much, but you know, the little gaming that I've had on it, I've done on it. Yeah, I was pretty blown away. All right. I still think we need next gen. I need me some, you know, NVIDIA 3080.
Well, it's a fine tradition in console gaming to always look forward to the next iteration of console. I mean, this is just a tradition that goes way back. You know, like I was a Nintendo fanboy at the start. Started with my Nintendo, then got my Super Nintendo, and then I got my Nintendo 64. And oh man, I got to tell you about this story. Actually,
the product of capitalism. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Like, we also wanted to get into this debate. Also, there's the Samsung Note 20 Ultra versus the Mi 10 Ultra, and the thing that was interesting about this is that these are the two top camera phones on the market. So if cameras are a big deciding factor for you, these are kind of the biggest values out there. And really, the Samsung Note 20 is really expensive, though. It's like $1,400 or something like that. But apparently, the Mi 10 Ultra has a comparable camera, but it's really a lot cheaper. It's about $750. In China, I think when you import it, it bumps up a little bit. But it's an interesting case because
nowadays I think it's become just a war of who's got the best camera, right? I mean,
I think
that's a big even matter anymore. I don't know. Do people are people like concerned about what chipset it has inside? Is it Exynos or Qualcomm Snapdragon? I mean, do people really care? I don't know.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the camera importance, I think, is something that women in general, tend to put a premium on when they're buying.
Yep, absolutely.
Clearly, that's something for them. So,
that's priority.
That's a huge priority. Do I look good on this camera? You know, and for my posts, is it going to look good? So I think there's a huge value proposition right now with the Xiaomi's. You know, the price, they're able to come down on the price so much, it really puts pressure on the rest of the market. So this is the comparisons between the Mi Note 10 and the Note 20 Ultra. Props to Tech Tablets for this video. If you want to see the full video, just check them out, Tech Tablets. And this guy did a pretty good.
This is a TLDR version.
Yeah, he did a full hands-on test with both, and this was his notes. He said that basically they
I'll
are.
screen it.
Yeah, there's definitely what do you call it? There's definitely pros and cons between the two. Some things the Mi Note 10 does better, other things the Note 20 Ultra does better. But for the money, the Mi Note 10 is the clear winner. Like money wise. The only caveat is no Google Play services. You'll have to do that on your own. You're gonna have to figure
side
out
loading.
how to side load that. But other than that, hardware wise, it's pretty good. I mean, these two phones. Let's get a. We'll go ahead and take a gander at what they look like. So this is what they look like. Their body form factors. So very similar.
Yeah,
both good looking phones. Giant
all phones
sensors.
look like look the same nowadays. It's just a rectangle.
Yeah. Except for the camera bumps. The camera bumps are huge nowadays, like these sensors. But I remember, like, I owned a Nokia 808 PureView, okay, which was it wasn't even an Android phone. This was running on like the Bada OS of Nokia, but it had probably the nicest camera by a mile at the time. Like it took about, I actually think only these iterations of cameras now are as good as what it was. I think it was like almost 10 years ago. So that's how ahead of its time the camera was on the Nokias back then.
All right. Now this certainly looks quite promising, because I've seen a lot of comparisons of the Note 20 Ultra with the current leader of the pack, which is the iPhone 11 Pro, right? And and the Galaxy Note 20 smoked it in so many categories. And to be able to see something as inexpensive, well, it's still expensive, but not as expensive as the Mi 10 Ultra, and see that it stacks up quite well to the Note 20. I might have to get a new phone soon. So this is I'm just worried about, security.
Yeah, if there's definitely a lot of talk about China, getting your info and stuff.
See, Luis says most people don't care about the innards. It's really mostly just the camera specs. You're right. Yeah. So it's people are buying cameras that just happen to be phones nowadays. I think that's become the norm.
Right. But I mean, I mean, a lot of purists out there are like, you can buy, if you really want to take a picture, there's like some really good cameras you can buy, mirrorless ones that you can get for this price that are going to give you some fantastic photos. You can't always rely, but it's just the convenience of being able to do it on a phone.
I wish cameras, could upload to, social media right from the screen of the camera. That's because right now you have to take one more step and transfer the pictures, the images to a computer or even to your phone, and then you upload it to the cloud or to Facebook or Instagram, and it's just one extra step. If only cameras could act more like phones, man, that would be awesome. Some people have tried in the past, but I think there was I think Samsung had a camera. They put out a camera that had the functionalities of a phone, but it went nowhere for some reason. Maybe the execution just wasn't all that good.
Right.
So yeah, or just a simple camera that could upload to Instagram. That's all I really want, or Facebook maybe. That would be great. Okay, see, Luis says he's been wishing for this feature for over a decade, but no, we still have to go through so many hoops, connected to Wi-Fi and then upload something else. Anyway,
Alan De Los Santos goes, "Hey, look at my camera! I can make phone calls and send text messages with it."
That's what we really want.
yeah, camera first. Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it's just it's such an amazing time that we're living in. The fact that we've got all of these gadgets that can do so much, in the palm of our hands. I mean, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, people would have thought that we were crazy. So you know, I really have this newfound. Well, it's not really newfound, but it's. I'm at awe. I'm in awe of how far technology has taken us. Adding that feature increases the tax that is imposed on that device. Most DSLRs have a limit of 29 minutes of video recording time, because if they reach 30 minutes, they'll be considered as a handicap. No, that's not true. That's not true.
No,
Is that true?
You know what?
Sony cameras.
I was not aware of that, but you know, with the Sony A6400 mirrorless camera,
Yeah.
they got every previous iteration of that camera had a 30-minute limit. So that's why it sounds right to me. But the A6400 no longer has that time limit anymore. You can go even longer for however long you need to go. So I don't know if the rules changed or if they just snuck that one by and hope nobody would notice. And I'm not sure which countries are imposing that rule. Is it the United States? Is it the Philippines? Like where is that a blanket rule for the world? Who comes up with these rules? Yeah,
I know, it's so stupid. I mean, you can record for more than 30 minutes. Sorry, buddy. I think we're gonna have to put that under a different category. It's stupid. Anyway.
Where did that accent come from, though? All of a sudden, everybody's talking like this when they're talking about technology.
All right,
bunch of farmers in the tech industry. All right, so let's go move on to our. I guess this is our final-ish topic.
Okay, yeah, because we're long in the tooth already for this. We've been going on.
Well,
for like a couple hours now.
we've had longer shows, that's for sure. But anyway, so for our final topic, we're talking about video games. We want to talk about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, let's show a quick gander. Now, this is a compilation game covering the 35-year anniversary of Mario. Is that correct? Yeah. And it's featuring 3 games to be released on the Switch. It's going to be Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Those were all fantastic games. I'm a bit disappointed Galaxy 2 is not in there, but still, those are 3 quality classic games in a nice little bundle that you'll be able to play on the Switch. However, the caveat is this is a limited time release, and
6 months only.
They're only going to make limited amounts of physical copies.
Oh, that I didn't know. Wow. Oh,
yeah. There is a limited run for physical copies. So they're
probably already sold out.
So let's go ahead and show the trailer here. Oh, I remember that game.
I never got to play this game when I was younger. I was a PlayStation guy.
Oh no, I totally played that game, man. I love that game. Mario Galaxy and
3 of Mario's greatest 3D
Mario Sunshine. What platforms were Mario Sunshine and Galaxy?
Let's lower the volume on that thing.
System.
Sure.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
So yeah, you're saying?
Yeah, well, I remember very vividly, of course, Super Mario 64 was on the Nintendo 64, but the Sunshine and Galaxy were the
GameCube and Wii.
Okay, that's it. So which one was on GameCube? Galaxy?
Sunshine. Definitely Sunshine.
And then Wii was Galaxy. Okay.
I believe so, yeah. So people have been waiting for this game for eternity. It's been on the wish lists of so many Nintendo fans for years, and finally they're coming out with the compilation, and it's great. I just don't understand the whole idea behind the limited time release. This is the first time Nintendo's doing something like this, and for me it doesn't make sense. I mean, sure, for a digital game, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, there is a physical copy coming out, so yeah. I mean, but here's the limit. Well, it's not unusual though. That's the thing. You see this model in other platforms, like for example Disney. They used to come out with their classic movies on VHS and on DVD for a limited time only, or even Blu-ray. So like when Cinderella comes out, it's only out for a few months, and then they'll take it out.
So what if there's a precedent? I mean, it doesn't make it any more devious than it is. I mean,
it's not. I wouldn't. It's not necessarily devious.
They're feigning scarcity. That's
no.
I don't like
yeah.
that. It's so
no, you're right.
Consumer.
They are feigning scarcity, and then so they're forcing people to make a decision. But here's the thing: we
at a time when
the video game industry, okay, the video game industry feels like I get it. They feel like they're above other industries. You shouldn't be able to market off of us in the same way that other industries market off of their consumers. We feel like we're above that. We're like when a company like EA wants to, like rob us and do in-app purchases and all of these different paywalls and whatever else, we feel like you can't do that. We've been here since the beginning. We supported this whole video game thing, and you can't treat us like that. But I mean, the truth of the matter is that billions of dollars are made in video games, and we're going to be subject to these kinds of things just like any other industry.
It's so nefarious.
It's not nefarious. It's nefarious. It's what's the word? Nefara business. It's business. It's really just business. It's business. So
it just sucks that it has to be on a luxury. I mean, this thing is a pastime. This is for entertainment purposes.
Dude, who does this affect most? If it's out for 6 months, even if there's a pandemic, if you were really going to get this game, you would get it within 6 months. Are you telling me that you were going to buy this game at 7 months?
No. Okay. No. Here's the thing. I was going to wait for a sale because
there you go. There you have it. So instead of waiting for a sale, they're just kind of flipping the script. At least they're making the game available at all. Like there's a lot of titles that still haven't been ported, that still haven't been released, and I guess I get it. I mean, these are games that have been out before. It's not like This is not something they're doing to a new IP or something like that. I've played these games before. I've finished Galaxy. I didn't really play Sunshine, but N64. So, it's more of like, if you really want it, go get it. So at least you can.
Okay, what's the price tag on this thing? If it's gonna be like a full 60, a fat like $60, I'll be a little pissed. If they sold it at like $10 less, maybe a little bit more acceptable. $50.
I just have to say that I got to share my story real quick about my Super Mario 64. Okay, because I owned one at launch, and Japanese launch at that. So I believe it came out in June in Japan. And so it was started
1997, maybe
1996, I think.
Yeah, right.
So I was about 15 years old at the time, and so I saved all my money for this console, and I bought the console, and I was so excited. And that summer, I went to the States to visit my family, and it was launched during that summer, and games came out. So, that Christmas. So I had the console for a while. And Christmas came along, and I started getting all of these N64 presents. So I remember I got Shadows of the Empire, the Star Wars game,
right?
Classic. But here's the problem, and this is what I had no idea about this. Turns out that there is a region protection even on the N64 back then. Okay, so
yeah, well, of course.
Yeah. So, but I didn't know this. And so how do you do this with cartridges, right? So apparently what it was that the Japanese N64, they had these little, I guess, like black bars that basically would be indents on like, for example, like there would be like a thing like this, and the disc would fit perfectly like this.
Okay.
Right. So that it would go in. So the Japanese cartridges had it like this, but the American cartridges, like their thing was over here. So whenever I tried to put the cartridge in, it would go like this. It would just get stuck and it wouldn't go in all the way. And I was like, oh no, that's how they do that. That's how they did it. So that's how they prevent you from playing a cartridge.
Oh man,
on the American system and vice versa.
That must have hurt, because I mean you put down so much money for this thing, and
yeah, and I literally saved my allowance for that.
And at 17 or 16, yeah, that's.
I didn't eat for like months. I didn't buy anything at school for the longest. So
what did you do?
So anyway, yeah. So what I did was, and mind you, this was before YouTube, before any kind of like guides on the matter. I literally just stared at the console, and I was like, I need to cut those plastic things off. And I was like, how the hell am I supposed to do that? So I took
You're
a
gonna
knife.
mod it yourself, in other words.
Yeah, so I basically decided I'm just gonna mod this sucker on my own. So I took a knife and I just started to jab at it. And I was like, oh man, it's really hard, plasticky, and it like kind of like, you know, if I crack the plastic, it's gonna crack the whole thing. So I was like, I need to find a way to cut this thing in such a fashion that it doesn't crack the base of it, but will.
Oh my god! All to play
through.
Just one game.
No, to play any game that was bought for me. I got like 5 games at Christmas or something.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
so I was like, what am I gonna do? I can't buy a whole new system just to play the game. So here's what I did. I took a knife and then I bent it at a 90-degree angle. So like it was like this kind of, okay. So 90-degree angle.
Do that with your finger.
Yeah. And then I put the knife on the stove until it turned like hot red
hot, yeah,
like orange or whatever. And then I literally stuck it in, and then I let the knife melt the plastic slowly until I was able to scrape off the plastic that was in the way. All this stuff, by the way, is right next to where the cartridge reads. So like I was super
that's so scary.
So like, you know how there were like little flaps? So I had to open the flaps, and it was like operation. It was like operation.
Like surgery. Yeah.
Surgery. And then so like there was the smell of like burnt plastic and everything, and it was just like terrible. Eventually though, I got all the plastic out, and then I was like, I think this is good. And then I put in the cartridge, it slides through, I turn it on. Booyah, baby. It worked.
Wow,
It actually worked. So like
that was the only thing that was preventing you to play the game in your region.
That was the only thing preventing it. Was
like no software.
No software, nothing. Just a hard plastic barrier.
Wow, you MacGyvered the thing. You MacGyvered that thing.
I MacGyvered that thing at 16 years old, dude. Like, wow. It was, I was really proud of myself, but like mortified at the same time, because like, you know, that's a lot of money for a 15-year-old, you know, saving all their money for like the brand new console that you could get. So yeah, dude, that was crazy. So crazy.
Amazing though. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been as ingenious. I'm so bad with my hands when it comes to like woodwork and home ed. So I probably wouldn't even try.
Home ec.
Sorry.
Home education. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a COVID term, right? Anyway, yes, that's amazing, man. Is that the only thing you've ever modded in your life?
No, I've modded some things, but more on the software side than the hardware side. I'm not good with hardware normally, but
I would have been too scared. I would have just like brought it to like, I don't know, Green Hills and have them take care of it over there.
I know, right? But then I couldn't do it at the time. I gotta play these games now. I can't wait. So
amazing. Okay.
All right. So I guess now's the time in the show where we're gonna try a new segment, and this segment's called the table read. Okay.
Yay.
And for this table read, we're going to bring on a guest, someone to help facilitate the proceedings. And so, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sevi.
Hey, Sevi.
Hi, Sevi. How are you doing?
Hey.
Hi. I can't hear you.
Doing great.
Oh, there you
hear
are.
her. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there.
Well, welcome to the
Hi.
show. She's certainly not a stranger to me, but I believe this is your first time to meet her, right, Don?
Yes,
Anyway, she's
I haven't made your acquaintance yet, but very nice to meet you.
She's an up and coming voice actress, and she's quite precocious. I have to say, she's very talented, and she's part of the Clingy crew.
I see you've got the soundproof foam in the background, and looks like a pretty decent microphone. What microphone are you using there?
What microphone is that?
It's the Scarlett. It's the Focusrite Scarlett. It's the Focusrite Scarlett.
You say that with disdain.
Oh,
The one that came in the set.
Focusrite Scarlett.
You
Yeah.
sound great on it. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we wanted to do a couple scenes from some video games with really bad voice acting and try to
Improve upon it.
improve upon them. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna check out, and we're doing this kind of cold. We've never really practiced this before. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna view the scene and then try to replicate it. We're gonna turn down the volume on the videos, and the great thing about these clips is that they already have the words on it. Okay, so the copy in it. So
we're gonna play them. We'll play them first as they are, and then we're going to try to improve upon them. Okay.
Right.
So
for the uninitiated, the reason why we're doing this is because, well, Don and I, and along with Savvy here, we're all voice actors, and so we thought this would be a great way to
introduce the audience to our world. Yeah.
Right, and do something,
see why we're needed. Why are we even needed for this type of thing? Because when it's done poorly, it's going to sound not so great, right? So so let's
People
take a
slaway lang, pero
let's start with this one right here. This one
Chaos
is from
Wars.
a game called Chaos Wars.
Yeah, and before we play the actual clip, a little backstory on this video game. It's heralded as one of the games with the worst voice acting. Okay, and the reason for that was the developers actually hired. Well, they didn't hire any voice actors. They hired family members, relatives, to do the voice acting for them. And so if you look at the credits of this game, you'll see that the developers and the voice actors have the same last names. And these aren't just your ordinary Reyes, Cruz. I mean, they're you can tell that they're
there's still a chance they'll like the voice acting. So let's not preempt
you know what?
it too much.
No, there's just no way. It's
it's
irredeemable.
All right,
Irredeemable.
let's leave that up to the audience. Okay, so here we go. This is Chaos Wars.
Let's see. What am I hungry for?
Don't buy anything yet. We have a shopping list. We need to hurry. Everyone is waiting for us. Screaming! It came from the bag alley.
Sounds like a girl. I'll go check it out. Haha, this lady is sleeping on the street. Did she faint seeing a monster or something? I should probably see if she's hurt. Are you okay? Should I hold her up?
Huh?
Lady, you can't faint every time you see a little monster. Hey, are you up?
Monsters.
That's too bad. They're gone now. You smell good.
What the hell?
Hey, Uru, don't leave me.
She sounds high.
Alice, I'm so glad you're safe.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem. We can't stay in this alley, so let's go somewhere nicer.
Good idea. I'm starving too. Oh, speaking of which, you really can call me Uru.
I'm Karen.
Alice Elliot. Call me Alice.
Alice, I like that.
I'm Zapet.
You didn't even say it right.
Exactly. Japet. Hell. Okay, that's the end of that scene. Now, before
Okay.
before we try and
Okay, let's cast this sucker first, I guess. All right, Savvy, you're clearly gonna take all the girl parts. I'll be Geppetto. I'd like to try Geppetto.
I get to be Karen.
so
And
that,
Karen.
you get to be a
And-
Karen. So that leaves me with Uru, I guess. How do we do this? Do we do this line by line, or
Well,
do we
just let it play. Just let it play, and then let's follow it and see how it goes. Like,
man.
yeah, like let's just do it cold. Screw it.
Yeah, before that,
I don't think we could do any worse. It's a small bar to clear.
even if we just like marginally make it better, it'll no. But okay, so what was the before we go on and try to improve upon it? What was so bad about it for the people who don't understand?
You bloody serious? I like to think our audience is more sophisticated than me having to explain what this bad voice acting's all about.
Hey, there's a market for everyone, right? I mean, but okay, this was obviously not directed well, okay, and the voice actors are clearly not experienced. There's absolutely no context to what they're saying. They're just saying words. That's basically all they're doing. There's I don't know. It's so god awful.
Okay, so let's bring it to life. And here's something also that we can do. I'm gonna remove our faces, so that they can just all they're gonna see is the video. So we'll just be reading over it.
Why don't we have some like background music?
It'll be like this. So our voices are off. You can't see it. Okay.
All right, and then I'll place. Let me see if this works. Can you guys hear this? Oh, that's really loud.
Yeah, that's pretty loud. Oh, wasn't there already? There was. Oh yeah, because there's no music. Yeah, when we were gonna play this, right? So okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll be.
I think we don't. I don't know. Do you think we really need it?
don't need
I think.
it. Okay,
I think we can make it work.
All right.
All right.
Jeez.
So. All right. All right.
Let's
screw it. Here we go.
Oh my god. Let's see. What am I hungry for?
Don't buy anything yet. We have a shopping list. We need to hurry. Everyone's waiting for us.
Pause. Hold on. Let's before we continue, I think we should provide context for us, because then we won't.
Why?
Just like them. Well, let's okay. We sort of understand the scene, right? I'm just worried that we're gonna do a piss poor job.
We're not gonna get to the other scenes if this is how it's gonna be, dude. I want to do some of the other scenes. It doesn't have to be perfect. It sucked already. It sucked already.
Okay,
There's such a low bar. Come on.
Let's just add maybe a sense of urgency. How about that? At least that for direction. That's the least we could do. Just add more context. Oh god, it's bad. Okay, let's do it again.
Rob is so worried about it sounding worse than the original. Okay, I'm confident, but okay. Here we go. With Robbie's direction, you got it, Sevi. Urgency. Give me a sense of urgency. All right, and scene.
Let's see. What am I hungry for?
Oh, don't buy anything yet. We have a shopping list. We need to hurry. Everyone's waiting for us.
That's your cue. Scream.
Well, I have to do the screaming? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
it's a girl.
Hey, let's
Oh, God.
rewind that a bit. Let's rewind that a bit. So, we got to give you a motivation to scream. So, no, yeah, let's. I think we should do this like line by line.
All right.
Just so that people can hear the difference.
Okay, we'll just
between
start
our-
the damn thing over. All right. But this is the last time.
Okay, so play the line, and then let's improve upon each line. There you go. I think that's a better way to go. Sorry, we're doing this live. We didn't really plan this. Let's see. What am I hungry for?
Oh, don't buy anything yet. We have a shopping list. We need to hurry. Everyone's waiting for us. Ah! Screaming? It came from the back alley.
Sounds like a girl. I'll go check it out. Hey, this lady is sleeping on the street. Did she faint seeing a monster or something? I should probably see if she's hurt. Hey, are you okay? Should I hold her up? Lady, you can't faint every time you see a little monster. Hey, are you up?
Monsters.
That's too bad. They're gone now. Oh, you smell good.
Hey, Uru, don't leave me.
Oh, Alice, I'm so glad you're safe.
That was pretty good.
Thank you so much.
I thank you so much.
No problem. We can't stay in this alley, so let's go somewhere nicer.
Hey, good idea. I'm starving too. Oh, speaking of which, you really can call me Uru.
I'm Karen. Alice Elliott. Call me Alice.
Alice. I like that.
I'm Geppetto, her uncle.
That's too bad. End scene.
End scene.
That was so much. Okay, right. Okay, we got through it. It wasn't too bad. That was great. That was let's hear from our audience and find out if they thought that was better.
You smell good.
You smell good.
That line
smell good.
Out of nowhere. That line came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was so like I was trying to imagine like him like trying to pick her up and then accidentally smelling her hair or something like a creep.
Joylene is saying, is there a way to say you smell good without sounding like a perv?
There is no way. Just, you smell good. I don't know. You try. You try to sound decent, like a decent human being saying that line. Yes. Don's voice is brilliant as Geppetto.
Geppetto.
That was
Brilliant as Geppetto. Just brilliant.
Alan says definitely better than the original. Thank you so much.
All right. Applause. Okay, let's take a bow. Okay, we have a couple of more here. I definitely want to try. This one, we've got one for two. Let's do the next one with two males, and I think maybe the last one has a girl part in it, right, Rob?
You know what? I kind of forgot. Let's just
play this one now, and we'll run it with audio for everyone to hear. Okay, so this is from actually one of my favorite games of all time. This
was Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. All right.
Nick says, "Ang bango mo naman." Parang bango mo, huh? Parang ginagamit mo ang perfume, huh?
Anong conditioner yan? Bango-bango.
Oh, it smells like the spirit. Okay, let's.
All right, so here's
listen to this. Yeah,
here's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Can you hear it?
No.
Monster, you don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same can be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. What enough? How about you?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Epic.
right.
I believe it was Jarek who sent this in for us earlier. So great.
No,
great.
this is not an 8-bit game. This was didn't this come out
16-bit.
on the PlayStation?
PlayStation. Yeah. Right.
That was the
first-
32. That was a 32-bit system, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So who are you gonna take?
I'll take Richter.
All
you
right,
be
I'll do-
Dracula. You
I'll
have
do
some
Dracula.
fun with it.
Okay.
All right. And Sevi will just I don't know, comment.
Hang by the sidelines. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Here we go.
Or why don't you play the role of director?
Okay, direct us.
Oh.
Yes, that sounds good. So Sevi, how would you
I've
like
never
me to
directed
play?
anything before.
Well, there's a first
Now
time
you
for
can.
everything.
Yeah.
How would you want them to improve on this scene?
Oh God. Definitely a lot more feeling to it, a lot less preachy.
Ah, okay. So more realistic, perhaps.
Okay.
Okay, more natural sounding. Okay, yeah, because this
What's
was
my
this was a little
motivation?
over the top. What's your so
But it-
so one thing I noticed is, I mean, you have Dracula just leaning on his
Lounging,
throne like
yeah.
this, and so I feel like his voice should be a little bit more relaxed. So you're right. I think Sevi's on the right track. Just sound a little bit more nonchalant.
Nonchalant. Yeah.
Right. What about you, Don, as Richter?
I think maybe determination. Maybe this is it for you. I'm gonna get you this time.
Right. Okay.
Kind
This
of-
is your
kind of vibe.
moment.
This is my moment. You're going
Okay.
down, punk.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. The previous, I mean, the original
some
performance.
Good vibes, perhaps.
Yeah. The original performance sounded really like theatrical. So let's make it sound a little bit more realistic.
A little
Okay.
more grounded. All right. Sure.
All right.
All right.
Let's
All
give it a
right.
shot.
All right. Here we go. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk! Have at you!
Was that
that?
Was that better?
How
Was it
about
better?
you?
I feel
than
like
the
you should have built it up a little bit more and
Okay for a first run.
it's a cold read. So what can you do?
So yeah, I mean, like this was a game that came out, one of the most popular games of all time.
I've never played
it. If someone like, I mean, we're professional voice actors from the Philippines. They could have probably found someone better to do it than who did it. I'm just saying. They
No, okay, so
Yeah.
back then, voice acting was such a new thing, so you can't really blame them for not getting top dollar for or top billed actors for this kind of thing. Right. I wasn't sure. Okay, so Pug Daddy says I could have increased intensity of exactly. I felt the same way. It's just
Dracula.
I was reading the text. There was a bit of a delay.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit of a delay, so you kind of have to work with that.
all right. So
the timing.
yeah. So let's try this other scene. If anybody else out there has some other scenes that you want us to do, now would probably be a good time to send it in. Just put it in the comment section. If you're aware of any other scenes, we could do more Chaos Wars if you want, because there's a whole bunch of them on.
It's like that's gonna be a nightmare.
That's mind melting. Oh god, I'm never gonna. Gosh, I'm never gonna want to play that game.
So this next clip is from House of the Dead 2. Nice little zombie game, I believe.
I haven't played. I've never played any of these games.
I believe I played House of the Dead in the arcade. I think that was
right.
This might be. Yeah, this is an arcade. Like it's based off of the arcade game. I think they ported it. But let's have a listen then, shall we, to the original.
Dogs of the AMS. Time they made a move. It's been a while, hasn't it? My friends from the AMS. It's me, Goldman. Everything's set. All we need to do is wait.
See him?
People of the AMS. I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not. In time, you'll find out who's right. This is a present from me to you. Look at your left. Our Emperor shall awaken soon. Hurry, friends. You've come. Friends, the door of fate shall open.
Look at Sevi. She's doing the robot.
I've been waiting for you, friend.
Goldman, do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
I doubt it.
Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to.
I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
To protect the
What's
life cycle.
story?
Oh, wait,
I've
listen to
made
this.
a creature to rule over mankind. The final battle. Know yourself. Our new ruler, the Emperor.
Why does he all of a sudden like have a speech impediment? He sounds like Arnold when he's getting hurt.
I am the one who rules over nature and hates mankind. I am the Emperor.
I am the Emperor. So you're supposed to say the Emperor. Because it's preceded by a vowel.
Men.
Friends, it is not over yet.
Is that all you have to say?
In time, a successor will come. Farewell, friends.
God.
He just killed himself?
Yeah, I guess so. And that's, I think, the end of the. Is that it?
It's finally over. I'll go on fighting. As long as we have the will to live. Goodbye, Goldman.
Oh man, there's only so much you can do to.
That was bad. That's some
okay.
Bad, that's
even the script
writing.
exactly.
The script.
So
it's terrible. Oh Lord.
So the task now is to polish this turd. And there's really only so much we can do. Yeah, it's still, at the end of the day, no matter how polished it is, it's still gonna be a turd. So Sevi, I know there wasn't a girl here, but why don't you take on like the Emperor?
I am
The Empress.
Emperor.
The Emperor.
The Emperor.
Don, who do you want to do?
I don't care.
I'll take Goldman. I kind of have I like villains.
So wait, Goldman is he this? Who is this guy? Right here.
Yeah. So this is Goldman. So he's the villain in this little game, and so you're going to be the protagonist, the guy who, the guy at the end of the scene, basically.
So I'm the good guy. So
yeah, you're the good guy.
Just you know what? I was having a hard time following who was who there for a bit. Just cue me if I.
Yeah, I'll cue you. Basically, you're the guy. You're the guy in the gray suit.
Okay. And okay, so this is very House of the Dead. So should I play it? Should I play this kind of like Brad Pitt, World War Z, or should I play it like Walking Dead? What's that main character? The chief, like what do you think? What angle should I take?
I don't know. Let's just go with the flow. Let's see.
Screw it. Let's not
improv hard. And then Sevi, you be that ethereal kind of whatever, the Emperor thing. I don't know how to. Yeah, you just go by instinct. Let's see what we can do with this.
All right. Let's just. Okay. Oh boy.
Okay.
Right. Did you start? This is.
I think I start. Yeah, I think this is.
Here we go. And let's get rid of our faces and action.
Dogs of the AMS. Time they made their move. It's been a while, hasn't it? My friends from the AMS. It's me, Goldman. Everything is set. All we need to do is wait. People of the AMS, I am Goldman. I don't care if people try to get in my way or not. In time, you'll find... It's too hard to... This is a present from me to you. Look at your left.
That's you. I think this is you now. Oh no, this is still me.
Our Emperor shall awaken soon. At last you've come, friends. The door of fate shall open. I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman, do you know what you're doing? I'm fully aware of what... Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's me.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to. To protect the life cycle, I've made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor!
Insert sound effects. I am the one who rules over nature. I shall destroy and hate mankind. I am the Empress.
The Empress!
More sound effects.
Oh, man. There's only so much you can do to make this sound.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Hold your fire!
That's you.
Friends, it is not over yet. Is that all you have to say? In time, a successor will come. Farewell, friends.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Hold your... It's finally over. I'll go on fighting.
What does he have?
As long as we have the will to live. I don't know. Just trying to give him country. Goodbye, Goldman.
Goodbye.
Oh, there's just so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. Oh boy, that was was horrendous. No.
Oh boy.
I mean,
so I send this message across the star.
Yeah, you got that Optimus Prime Liam Neeson vibe going on apparently, Rob.
Send this message across the stars.
We actually have a few that were sent in. Let me see if I can cue
Are there
it
any
up.
other?
Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a few.
Let's do Chaos Wars again. Another Chaos Wars. Oh boy. And this time, let's not even let's not listen to the original. Let's just actually no, we should.
Yeah, we should because it's a good basis, right?
Man,
you guys
Sebi,
talk while I figure out.
Sebi, thanks so much for being such a trooper and joining us tonight.
I love it here.
It's so much fun. Or maybe we can get somebody else from the crew to try their hand at acting. Can we make space for one more? Can we make space for one more, Don?
Yeah, just sure. Just send the link. No problem.
Okay, so who wants to give this a shot? Somebody make a comment. First one to comment, I'll send the link to you. Joylyn, okay, here we go. I will send. How many people can we have in StreamYard, Don?
A lot, 8.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe we can get somebody else then.
Okay, the clip I got, it's pretty long, so I think if we can,
let's look for something that's like 4 minutes or less than 5 minutes.
Limit the clips to like less than at maximum 3 minutes. Less than that is much better. Pug Daddy, I'm gonna try yours next. I have to. Thing is I can't cut and paste, so I have to do this all manually. So bear with me.
Okay, Mervin wants to give it a shot as well. I'll let me find you on Messenger and send you the link. This is so much fun. Yes. For those of you who are just tuning in, all 3 of you, we are trying to fix bad voice acting. We're trying to improve upon some of the most horrendously bad voice acting in video game history. So, let's see. Gosh, can't quite. God, Facebook is so slow nowadays.
Right?
And I don't understand what's going on. It's so buggy and cumbersome. And anyway, okay. So Mervin, you have the link, Joy as well. So you just click on it, and we should
come on in.
All right, Don, let them in.
Okay, sure. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, a lot of these clips are a bit too long.
Wait, I might have one. Hard. I might have one. Let me see.
Joy!
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe we're here.
You made it.
Okay. 3 minutes. How about 3 minutes?
Okay, can you just share it this time? All right. Oh, look at this cast of characters.
Oh, Mervin, hi.
Welcome to the show, guys. Okay, 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Let's I'm gonna put it on the private chat so no one can see it, and then I'm not so sure how many characters there are in this thing, but maybe Dawn and I can take a step back and let you guys do the acting for us.
What have I gotten
so
myself
Mervin,
into?
thank you so much. Joy, I'm so glad you guys were able to make it. Joy, I remember I tried inviting you. You said you only had your phone with you at the time. So you're home now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So perfect. Yeah, wonderful. Merv, enjoy. Yeah, really liking your setup. You've got foam on your walls now. It's great. Nice. Like a true blue voice actor.
All right, so
just for context, okay, Merv. Yeah, Merv and Joy here. They're also voice actors, and they've been watching the show since the start. Thank you so much for your support. You do not understand. You do not know how much we appreciate it. And so, yeah, this is definitely going to be awesome. Yeah, let's take a look at let's take a look at this clip. Again, we're watching this with fresh eyes. We don't know what it's going to be like. So let's hopefully we have enough characters
to go around. Yeah.
To go around.
Right.
Yeah, let's bring up the volume.
All right, here we go.
We just appeared out of nowhere. What's going on?
That's a summon key. Normally, the transportation of knights occurs by natural causes, but this key can make that happen intentionally.
I hope I'm wrong, but doesn't this mean we need to find a way out of here for one more person?
Well, from your point of view, I guess you're right. You think I'm a good for nothing, right?
Where did that come from?
Exactly. You're getting it.
He's down and isn't moving. Is he hurt?
Hey, wait. Just wait a sec. Hey, listen to me, okay? I know that was your favorite topic.
Okay, Joy, this is gonna be you for sure.
Oh, I'm already casting on the.
Okay.
On the chat.
And you stop
Okay,
punching the
okay.
arm on your face.
But yeah, we could. Yeah, okay, we can make.
Hey, you're not chill.
This could be Joy.
Who are
Okay,
you?
fine.
I'm Hayatamaru. Who are you?
I'm the king of Olute. King
What?
Tanaka.
Who's that? What?
Kington. Olutaded? Olutaded.
Mari, I'm honored to meet you.
Olutaded.
Do you know him?
Oh my gosh, there's so much dialogue. I'm getting confused.
He's from a few hundred
I'm
years
not. I
before.
got it.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
Summoning to Endia across the borders of time as well? Not exactly. Technically, Tonati and Hero exist in different worlds.
Here, I'm a girl.
Most exactly.
Oh.
Time runs
Oh.
slightly different.
Wait, let's bring another girl in then.
No, we're
Very
actually so far
similar,
we're
but not
good.
the same.
Okay.
But we're still under the same star now. Do you want to join us in finding a way out?
What's going on?
What's
We're
going
looking
on?
for the way back to the world we came from. We're gathering a group to cooperate to figure that out.
Let me reconfirm one thing.
Not a real kid for this. Probably just started learning how to read.
What's so funny? Did I say something wrong?
There's no way back. I can't go back to Luda. Celia isn't here.
He's got.
I agree.
Can't even pronounce R.
Goodbye, tyranny. I thank you for coming in.
That's so cute.
Maybe see my
Tiwani.
Tiwani.
So, you may celebrate.
You may celebrate.
Ending half. Don't ever think about taking me back.
I can only imagine
Do it yourself.
what the recording sessions must have been like. Oh boy. Okay, that's it. Oh boy. All right. Okay.
That was actually perfect because there's actually exactly 5 characters.
5 characters. Okay, wonderful.
So here's the casting. I've casted the show.
Okay.
So Joy, your question mark and that little kid, I forget the name, but the question mark kid. Okay, so that's you, Joy.
The
All
king.
right. Mervin, you're Hyoma.
I'm Hyoma.
You're Hyoma. And then
Hyoma.
Sevi, you're Rin. Okay, Robbie, you're Hiro.
Yeah.
Hiro.
And
Okay. Yeah, that sounds manly enough.
I'm Hayatemaru.
Hayatemaru. Hayatemaru.
All right. So are we just doing this? How? Any direction? Anybody?
I don't know. Okay, let's look at the scene first. And I mean, there's anything. anything we do is going to be much better than this. That's for sure. I mean, we could sound. Okay.
Tonati, the kid with the question mark. That's you, Joy. Okay.
Right. Oh gosh.
yeah.
I don't know. I'd love to like do a do-over. I mean, just see it over again, but we don't have time for that. But yeah, let's just go. Even if we make mistakes, it's gonna be fine. Let's just see what we can do.
All right. So, should we just?
I didn't even understand what was going on. Jeez. I couldn't understand.
Okay, perfectionist Robbie. Here, we're just gonna go for it. All right. Give
Let's
it
go
your
for it.
best effort. High energy, everyone. High energy.
High energy.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Let's
Go. Who goes first?
Go.
Me?
go.
Question mark. Question mark. They just appeared out of nowhere. What's going on?
Oh, wait, what's going on?
Dawn. Oh, that's Sevi. Oh, let's backtrack. Okay, Sevi, you're Rin. Okay, let's do that again.
Oh, I'm losing you guys. Oh,
Okay.
You're
start
losing us?
again. All right. Here we go.
Let's try again.
oh, the video's not looking too good on my end.
They just appeared out of nowhere. What's going on? That's a summon key.
That's a summon key. Normally, that's a summon key. Oh, the transportation of knights occurs by natural causes, but this key can make that happen intentionally.
I hope I'm wrong, but doesn't this mean we need to find a way out of here for one more reason?
Oh, Rin.
Well, from your point of view, I guess you're right.
So we
You
are
think
bringing
I'm a good for
everybody
nothing, right?
So we are bringing everybody in advance.
What's happening?
I think I think we should pause and see.
Yeah, no, let's pause. Let's pause every time. Every
Yeah,
time
let's-
somebody makes that's probably a better way to go about it. Dawn. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's play only when they finish the line.
Okay.
How about that? Okay.
All right. Ready? Go.
They just appeared out of nowhere. What's going on?
That's a summon key. Normally, the transportation of knights occurs by natural causes, but this key can make them happen intentionally.
I hope I'm wrong, but doesn't this mean we need to find a way out of here for one more reason? One more person? Person.
Well, from your point of view, I guess you're right. You think I'm a good for nothing, right?
So we are bringing everybody in advance?
Exactly. You're getting it.
What's going on?
He's down and isn't moving. Is he hurt?
Hey, wait a sec. Hey, listen to me, okay? I admit it, I broke your cup. I didn't know that was your favorite cup too.
I don't know what's going on.
I do feel slightly bad, so I'm even considering apologizing. So let's just calm down. You stop punching me with that iron ball in your fist. Hey, you're not Tyria. Who are you?
I'm Hayatamaru. Who are you?
I'm the king of Uplanded, King Tonati.
The young king of Olutadid. You are Tonati. I'm honored to meet you. We're from the same world, except he's from a few hundred years before. Could summoning to Endia cross the borders of time as well?
Rin, that's your turn.
Not exactly. Technically, Tonati and Hero exist in different worlds.
It's Tonati. Okay, yeah.
Tonati. Tonati.
Okay.
Still
Still have more lines.
Okay. Probably almost exactly the same, but time runs slightly different.
I see. Very similar, but not the same. But we're still under the same star now. Do you want to join us in finding a way out?
What's going on?
We're looking for a way back to the world we came from. We're gathering a group to cooperate to figure that out. I just want this scene to be over.
Confirm one thing. No one knows the way to go back?
What's so funny? Is there something wrong?
There's no way back. I can't go back to Lulutanid. Tyrion isn't here. I am free. Goodbye, violence. Goodbye, tyranny. I thank you for summoning me. You may receive my compliments. Also, I will help you. You may celebrate. One thing, however, don't ever think about taking me back.
Suit yourself.
And scene. Finally! Oh, that was so hard to get through. but miles better than the original. I have to say, good job, guys.
Hey,
Good
all
job.
right.
Too much fun. That was awesome. Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right. I guess on that note,
so
that's
literally,
the
I mean,
show.
like, yeah, definitely the caliber of talent that we have here in the Philippines. Pretty
too
good.
shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
Too shabby at all.
Joy, you're awesome.
Joy.
You're so good. Yeah.
King Tonati.
Yeah. I didn't even pronounce that properly. Tonati. Oh boy. Anyway, great job, guys. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Yes, it was a cold
Sevi,
read.
Joy, Merv, thanks so much for assisting us on this first table read.
Yeah,
we'll definitely
Thank you for
refine
having
this
us.
segment. I think it's a lot of fun. I like this.
Yes, and perhaps we could do the same, and for our VO workouts, find some scenes that have bad voice acting and rework them. Right? That'll be a fun game to have to play. So yeah, with that, I think I think our show is right about done. Thank you so much once again to all the viewers on Kumu, on YouTube, here on FB Live. And is there anything else? Just those three?
Yeah, that's just those three.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and thank you to our wonderful voice actresses and actor for joining us for the segment. That was
Thank
so
you for
much fun.
having us.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Abby,
Wonderful
Joy,
stuff.
Merv.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. All right.
That was
That was
so
nice.
cool.
That was nice
Yeah.
having them on.
So yeah, let's refine the table read. I realized that it still has a few bugs that we need to clear out.
Yeah.
The lag is a bit of an issue. So maybe doing just dialogues are gonna be a little bit easier to handle. Okay, but yeah, got a new segment, man.
All right. So with that, I guess it's time for us to sign off. So make sure you guys check in every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. I heard Robbie informed a couple of people.
And for those of you who are on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Is that a thing?
You gotta put it here. There you go. There. Like and subscribe. There. That's our thumbnail.
All right, that's the show for tonight. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. And with that, we sign off. Stay tuned to the static.
Good night.
Wow. Right. Okay, there.